Hey, what is going on, you guys? Welcome to One of Each, the Dumb and Hungry podcast, where we talk about our food adventures and our favorite food groups. I'm Angelo, the Dumb and Hungry.
And I'm Mychall.
And thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing all right. Mychall, it's good to see ya.
Yeah, you too. How you doing? How you been this past week?
I think I've been all right. And I hope life's been treating you okay. I hope you haven't been coming across any technical difficulties in your life, you know?
Nah, never.
No, you just work with it. You run with it, and you just make it work.
Everything works fine the first time around all the time, right?
Well, that's true, too. So, good to hear.
Especially here.
Yeah, absolutely. We never make any mistakes here. You know, we are... We're professionals, like
We've never had to re-record something.
No, of course not. I've never had to consider like stopping recording or streaming and then thinking if I should have to re-upload something or re-edit something because I forgot to mute or unmute something. No, that never happens. You know, this is why we go live.
Even in the pilot.
No, of course, because we know when we go live, we are committed, right? Whatever happens, happens.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
No, of course not. So, well, good. Glad you're here, and glad everyone is here too.
Yeah.
To this very professional production of a podcast, so thank you.
Highest of qualities.
Absolutely. Well, Mychall, what have you been up to? How you been doing?
You know, I'm doing okay. Election day is today, so we voted yesterday. Went to get food after. We'll talk about that in a bit. That's about it, honestly, in the last week.
Yeah. As we're
just been working.
Yeah, I mean that's what happened, you know. But as we're recording, yes, today is election day here in the U.S. of A. Not that anyone needed to know that because one, no one really listens, and then let alone anyone listening outside of the U.S. But I felt we need to, I guess, add that. But did you get to cast your ballot today?
I went yesterday. I did go yesterday.
And how did that go for you? How did you do that?
We normally do mail-in ballots because of the pandemic or whatever. But I also had to work the last few elections since the pandemic started, so I took my roommates' ballots and just turned them in for them. But yesterday, since I'm not working this election, we decided to go vote in person just because it's fun. I like the new voting machines. They're cool.
So you got those fancy touchscreen, computer devices.
Yeah, it's all offline supposedly, but touchscreen to check in, touchscreens to actually put your votes into, and then it prints out your ballot and then sucks it back in once you confirm.
Huh? That sounds pretty slick. How was
Yeah.
I mean, how was your voting center and all that?
The voting center was okay. It was empty as hell because people always wait till the last day to vote. But it was cool. They're friendly. It was really there's nobody there. There's no line, so it was very convenient. Okay. And then even still, I did the interactive sample ballot on my phone. So.
Oh yeah, so you can make your selections and stuff on. It's a county website, or is it a state website, or whatever?
County.
Oh, county. Okay.
Yeah, it's by the county. Make your selections on your phone. It gives you a QR code. Then you can scan that at the voting center, and it'll auto-populate your selections.
Oh, cool. Yeah. But, I've heard about it. I haven't tried it myself. I think I just tend to, use the mail-in ballot or something, and either mail it or just drop it off. Because you've got many ways you could, as you you've got the voting centers that are open, right, for several. How many days?
10 days.
And then
not all of them are open 10 days though.
But there are locations open. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Then you got the drop boxes, and then you have the good old post office. So
USPS, baby.
Yeah, plenty of ways to make your voice heard and get the vote out. So again, this is not meant to be our political musings are not meant to sway you one way or another. It's not a political podcast or anything. My only platform is brisket for president and smash burgers for vice president. So yeah, I think that's something we can definitely agree on there. But I think the prevailing message is to vote, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this kind of democratic
Whatever way you decide.
yeah, we want to keep democracy alive and keep it going. So I think the vote is kind of the singular important mean to do that. So get it out there. I think as we're talking, that's already too late for those who forgot or didn't do it. So you have to try again for the next one. But for those who made it
For
at the
future
cutoff,
reference.
yes, exactly, for future reference. But for those who didn't make it by, in our case, it was 8 p.m., I think, then you'll still have your chance, even if you have to wait in the line a little bit. But it doesn't sound like in many cases that polling centers are as busy, which in some ways might be good, meaning that maybe they voted in some other ways, but whatever. I mean, as long as you get it done, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's like your jury duty. Just do it.
Jury duty, yeah. Man, I haven't done jury duty in a long time.
I did it a couple of years ago. I wasn't picked, but I was there for 3 days. I was being questioned by the jury. So close. I want to do jury duty for the record.
Yes, of course. What kind of a trial or whatever are you looking at?
I don't want the civic boring stuff. I want a criminal trial. I want the
hard
details.
criminal cases, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, it only makes it worthwhile.
It's the Filipino in me. I'm just so nosy about everything.
I gotcha. Well, hopefully you'll be selected with a crowd of your peers someday. So, I mean, it's for justice. I mean, really.
My personal entertainment.
And of course, it has nothing to do with the fact that you get unlimited paid days for jury duty in your case. So,
yeah, that's unrelated.
No, of course, it's for justice.
Yeah, to make sure the right verdict goes out.
That's right. In your case, beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Yes.
So, excellent.
Because it's criminal.
Yeah, no, that's
criminal. I've never had to do a civic courthouse. The three times that I was called up, never been civic, so that's lucky.
Gotcha.
Hopefully, it stays that way.
Okay, good. Well, political musings aside, civic duties out of the way. What else have you been up to?
Slight tangent to political musings. Across the street from a voting center that I went to is a Korean cafe. Mm-hmm. It's called Yellow House Cafe.
Oh, sure.
It's pretty cool. As that name states, it's a yellow house.
Yeah.
And then they've made a cafe in like the backyard area kind of thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I do remember it. It's been a long time, honestly, since I've been. But I mean, this is back in like high school or something,
Yeah, I first learned about it in high school. I'm just surprised it's still around, honestly.
Yeah,
but in a good way, a mom and pop shop open this long it's nice to see,
Yeah, absolutely. So I put it here on the internet, and this is kind of what it looks like, I imagine.
Yeah, so that's the house on the background, right? So we come in from within there. The front of the house is where we come in through. And yesterday they already had their Christmas decor up, actually.
Christmas. So I mean, they skipped like Thanksgiving altogether. Or?
Nobody decorates for Thanksgiving. Let's be honest. Once Halloween's over, it's Christmas time.
It's Christmas, baby. I know.
So they had all the gnomes with the beards. They had a mailbox for Santa. They had a lot of garlands. Just all the Christmas decor you can think of. It was actually a lot, honestly.
I bet.
For this place, Korean cafe. So it's got a lot of Korean like comfort food stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good.
Nice. I forget. Did you just kind of venture on your own? I mean, did you have company or?
Oh yeah, I went with Oli because we voted together. So
okay,
it was across the street. It was for convenience, partially.
What did you end up getting?
She only went there 2 days in a row, but her go-to is normally the kimchi bacon pasta.
Mm-hmm.
But yesterday she had a hamburger steak.
Yes.
So it's a Salisbury steak with salad and fries.
Okay.
And I had cheese pork cutlet, which also comes with salad and rice in this case.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Man. They also have a lot of house-made drinks like banana milk, strawberry milk.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday I had a hazelnut mocha latte.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they have a lot of cool desserts. Like one of the pictures you saw was s'mores. So they had like a little tiny burner that you can make s'mores in. It's really good.
Okay.
It's a nice place, and I'm glad it's still going.
I mean, especially through the pandemic and everything, right? I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
you're kind of sometimes kind of dread like whether a place is finding out whether a place is still open or not. I mean, so thankfully this place is. So
Yeah, that's actually one of the few places I've been to during the pandemic, like in 2020, and we've eaten there. So it was so it was also surprising.
well, hopefully, in our very busy schedules, in our professional lives and whatnot, we will find time to do things, eat things
Yeah, honestly, I hope so.
like days past,
Been a while.
in the good old days. Uh,
Yeah. Oh,
bang,
not
bang,
that old
bang.
yet,
It's
please.
just.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't think I can do that anymore. I'm not as young as I used to be. We're not that old, but we're not that young either.
I know. I know. Very cool.
How about you? You ate anything recently?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Just keep on eating. I know
Yes.
previously we had mentioned on air that jammers wanted to hang out, and so we did. We missed you. We hung out on Sunday, but hopefully we can find time to get you in the mix of things. But we kind of did a little food crawl. Couple places new to her, and but
Okay.
couple, but just we started off. It was mostly in the East LA area. We started off in mostly all in Boyle Heights. Actually, I realized. So the first spot we hit up was this place called Mychall. And you might know Mychall from Smorgasburg. They are known for these breakfast items, breakfast tacos, breakfast burritos, but they're just kind of done by a very well-trained, well-skilled chef, Chef Jonathan. I personally think he makes a really great soft scramble for his breakfast items. So whatever you get, whether it's a taco or burrito, you're going to kind of get that in there, and it's really good. And the meats that he has, like, there's like a fried chicken, thing. There's longanisa. There's, different types of meat you can get on there, and they're all quite excellent. They so you know them from Smorg, but they kind of have this residency, if you will, at this spot called Milpa Grill in Boyle Heights, and so they use the kitchen out there. And Milpa also has their own foods and stuff, and there's a good coffee bar there too, called Cafe Cafe. Ooh. And but Machine's over there, but they expanded recently to also in Boyle Heights to this. I think it's a bar. I want to say called Distrito 14, which is District 14. But they expanded there, and they're kind of doing more brunch things, kind of expanding the menu, which I think is a great. I mean, in our case, was a great kind of move. I think we had this burger with kind of this kind of mole sauce and like mushroom in there. Originally, the burger had I think it's supposed to come with like a veggie patty or something, but thankfully the person like told us you could swap it out for like a real patty. So thankfully,
a good person.
Yeah, thank God. So we did that, and but the burger all on its own was really great. I mean, you have the the flavor of the mole, kind of this kind of deeper, earthy kind of flavor, but they had kind of touch of sweetness in there too, which was really cool. Some manchego cheese on there, and again the mushrooms, and it's overall a good bite. I mean, we wanted to get like at least one other dish, to try, because they all sounded and looked really good, but because we knew we had kind of a day ahead of us, I guess we didn't want to get too ambitious. We couldn't get to the me level of food crawls.
I don't think anyone knew that though.
Yeah, it's a bit ambitious. So with the burger, had a side of waffle cut fries with a little bit of like the truffle cheese thing. I thought, the fries you can't really go wrong on. So thankfully they did really well on that. And Chef Jonathan was there too, and so we got to talk to him a little bit, and that was just a really good bite. So I enjoyed that. And so from there we visited Carnitas El Momo, which is known for their carnitas. And we were originally going to go out to Monterey Park, which is where their brick and mortar is, But Chef Jonathan reminded me that they still have their setup, kind of their tent, trailer setup at their original Boyle Heights location. So
nice.
on, let's say it's Soto, maybe Soto and Fairmount, in front of the house, where they live, they have the tents and everything set up, and it's crazy because that street. I mean, it's a good size, good width at the street, but because it's so busy, when they're serving, people will like double park, along the road. They'll like park against, like next to another car, and then they'll put on their hazards, because hazards mean it's fine, right? I mean, you can park anywhere, put your hazards. Like, oh no, it's fine.
Yeah.
No, of course.
Yeah.
So that was the move. So we did end up going there, and they were serving, and there was a few people in line, but they turned around really quickly. So we can check it out. You'll be able to check it out in my stories. I added it as a highlight.
Okay.
But we had of course the carnitas, and we had it as a mixed taco, so that includes the shoulder, the belly, and like the some of the skin, I guess. And yeah, it's just honestly probably one of the best carnitas you could probably have around. And we also the other tip from Chef Jonathan was that they serve birria, and it's actually birria de chivo, which is goat, which is the more, I'm not to say that birria de res, the beef is not authentic, but I guess it's more traditional. I guess having goat birria, and so we tried that, and that was quite excellent as well. I mean, it's just very tender, and there's a good flavor there. You can taste the gaminess of the goat, but I feel like in the tradition of things, I feel like you kind of have to have that. I mean, people can cook it, whether even lamb or something. You taste some gaminess in there, but if you cook it well, right, it may not even come through. But I feel like when you have that certain flavor in there, I mean, it kind of reminds you again the tradition and like what you're eating. But yeah, I mean, so that was a good move, thankfully. So I don't think they have the birria over at like the Monterey Park location.
Really?
Well, we'll have to fact check that, but I just don't think so. So we got to have that there. That was great, and then we had to wrap it up. Yeah, but we visited one more spot. We went down to not too far down to Mariscos Jalisco, which you're also familiar with. So
yes,
which I feel is quintessential, kind of LA spot. And we had the shrimp tacos, very very fresh, very just plump shrimp in this fried taco, and it's so, I don't know, it's just refreshing and just good. I mean, I don't know, we're not by the water or anything, but somehow they just managed to source and prepare the shrimp like it's just fresh. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
whatever they're doing, they're doing it right. So
they grow their own.
Yeah, exactly. Just growing it right there. But yeah, this amazing little truck. It's just pumping out so many. I think they have another truck now, or a couple other things.
So.
But we'll have to look at that. But we went to the OG one, there on Olympic.
Mm-hmm.
So
by that rec center, is it? Or
yeah. So
yeah.
I don't know. It's so that's kind of what rounded us out that day. I mean that's all we had together. I still actually went on my way home. I went down to Long Beach and I had some barbecue.
Of course.
AGL Craft meats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was down there, and what did I have? I had some pork belly burnt ends. I wish I could save some for you.
So good.
Some of that, some turkey, some Oaxacan flavored sausage. I feel like there was something else. I think there was some brisket in there too, so I'm very happy for that. But that was a good tray. I did restrain myself, and I did take some home, you know. But you know, if I had my way, there would be no tray. So,
of course, they just cut the meat straight into your mouth.
Yeah, if only they could. Yeah, that'd be highly preferred. So, yeah, that was all Sunday. So,
yeah, it's all in one day. Nice.
Yeah, again, you can check that out in the the stories highlight things. So, cool. So, anyway, thanks everyone for joining us once again as we continue to talk about our food adventures with our local spots and the pop-ups and things that we come across with the good food and good people with it that follow. So some things just wanted to touch on here. Did you know, Mychall, that there is this invention called electronic mail, and it's like the post office, right? But your messages are digitalized into these series of, I don't know, ones and zeros as they call it. And these are all kind of put into this void called the internet. And it goes out into the space of the internet, and you can send it to whomever you choose. All right. And it's instantaneous. You can send it from your pajamas at home to the borders of Kalamazoo or something. I have no idea.
Okay.
I mean,
sounds like fake news to me.
Well, I think it's pretty real. Some people might think it's a fad. I don't know. Jury's still out on that, but I think it's got some promise.
Why would we even have a post office if that was real?
I know. I feel that they need to count their days. They might be numbered. So, but we are trying to stay ahead here of the trends, and trying to be with it, if you will. And so we have established an address of the electronic mail that you can reach us at. Actually, and to be honest, we had this established for a while. It's just that it's the first time we're mentioning it here. But you can reach us here hi@dumbandhungry.com. Okay, we'll put that we have that in our notes, in our description. I should have put it up here on the screen, but I forgot. So too bad. At the end, it's
somewhere. I don't know.
It'll be somewhere. I don't know.
Add it as a card. Who cares? Nobody cares.
Exact. Thank you. Yes, that's the real point there.
Let's expect a lot of random spam now.
Yeah. I mean, you can send us your feedback, your musings, your suggestions, or things like that, or just to say hi, or maybe ask why bother. And any of those things are valid.
Maybe I could have learned about Corn Kid sooner.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't believe I didn't know. I'm so sad. I am Corn Kid.
Yes, absolutely.
It's the grown-up version.
Yep. So there's that. And then some random thought here that, I'm thankful that for those who listen and those who watch. Again, the journey, if you will, that I'm going on here is just kind of sharing a lot of these stories of places we visited and people that I've kind of met, that we've met, and that we're just kind of starting out in these business, in these ventures, I guess, and then it kind of just it grew up and kind of grew big for these guys, and but sometimes I feel like the way we present this, we're talking, but then for those who get to watch, you get to see, we share pictures and blah blah blah, things like that. I don't know about you, but somehow I feel like this is just like the millennial version of sharing vacation photos. But
no, because when you do that, it's back in the day. It used to be people you know. Now it's for strangers.
See, oh man. Yeah, it's even more kind of
But on
questionable.
the plus side,
Uh-huh.
they can opt out of this. When it's your family members, you're like, okay, yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah. But you're stuck with me. So
But the people can
the
opt out if
people,
they
you're
so
right. The
choose.
people, yes, yes. But we're thankful for those who don't opt out. But that's okay. So thanks for your indulging. I see another follow up item here, Mychall. I didn't see this before, so you go ahead and take the lead.
Yes. We talked about them last week, low key burritos. And I said I was going to try it before our next show, which I love breakfast burritos. I love breakfast food, so
Yes.
So I did. I was running errands on Friday and was able to. It was in the area because it's like right next to the Target that I go to. We mentioned this.
Yes, we did.
So it was right there, and it was very convenient because low key burritos. I've never had it. I did this time, and I understand. So good. And you were questioning about they have a crunch wrap, right? That's on their menu now that you weren't sure of. It's basically so you have a Taco Bell crunch wrap,
Yes.
a breakfast crunch wrap, but it's automatically cheese crusted. So it's pretty good. It's about the same size, yay big, but like $6.
Well, what's in it?
Crazy. The same thing as the base burrito.
Which is
You got your eggs, your potatoes, your cheese. And you can also have add-ons into it as well. The same add-ons if you want to add bacon.
Oh,
steak
okay. So it's just
or,
like a different, like medium, different form of
vehicle. Yes.
Oh, interesting. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
But
it's cool.
Does it appear a little smaller? I think from what you were trying to size it. I mean,
From the burrito, yeah, it's definitely smaller than the base burrito. But if you compare it to like the small burrito, it's about the same size.
Interesting.
Uh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you got to try it.
I had the base burrito.
You had the what?
It's good. The base burrito.
Oh, yeah.
I should have gotten the jalapeno crust, though. I only got the regular cheese crust, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, it'll motivate you to go back, I'm sure.
Go again.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, okay. That's awesome. So, Loki Burritos, they're on, where is that? Sunset?
Sunset, yeah.
Yeah.
Near a little past wherever Wilkin turns into.
Okay. I don't recall, but that's what the internet is for, right? To help you navigate.
Yeah.
But yes, that you were at the you say you went to the Target there?
Yes.
Yeah. Again, we did talk about that. I did
we talked at length about that.
We did. Actually, before the I was looking it up, like some kind of previous pictures or whatever places that were there before. I think there was also. I mean, there used to be a Save On there. I think that's what I remember. I should remember there.
Wow. What?
Save On turned CVS.
Do they still exist?
Okay. Under that name, I don't know. Actually, at least here they don't. But
crazy.
Save On turned CVS, turned Dallas Berettas, all that. But in all that time, the Carl's Jr. still remained. So that that was a mainstay, over there. Anyway,
not anymore.
No, thanks to the Target overlord. So, all right, very nice, very cool. So, you see, that's kind of why we do this thing, to get you guys interested and to hopefully try out things or revisit things. I don't know. I mean, we just kind of have a good time talking about them, And I know we get hungry on the way, but that's the price that we pay. So.
We stay hungry out here.
We do. Stay dumb and hungry.
It's sad because I'm always hungry and I hate it.
I know. One day we will solve world hunger for ourselves.
We'll solve personal hunger and cause world hunger for everyone else.
It's got to be one or the other, right? You can't satisfy both. So okay. That's what you're saying.
I feel look out for number one. Yeah. As Patrick would say, there can only be one.
There can only be one. That's true. Yeah. Don't forget that. Cool.
Never.
So today, we have quite a bit to talk about. We are still focusing on a single spot and kind of highlighting and kind of me and my musings and memories of some of these spots. Today we are back to very important food group, barbecue. So
The food group,
yeah,
if you will.
probably. Yeah, I was looking again at kind of the list I have kind of prepared, and of all these
Hmm.
places, and just it was just I don't know around that time, a few years ago, it just I don't know it was just high concentration of barbecue. Um, it just like kind of one thing led to another. It's like you just start one thing and they get this kick, and then you just kind of trying to find more. I mean,
Yeah,
burgers
yeah.
was there too, but I think particularly, I think barbecue really kind of made there's like a streak really of like new places for barbecue to like find out and try out. It's kind of crazy. So I
Mm.
think that's why there's kind of a lot being mentioned, like kind of in succession. So I try to break it up if I can, but I am also trying to go in like some relative order here, which
We had three in a row.
I'm still breaking the rules on. But yeah, okay. I mean, look, when all of these things eventually come out, and you can listen to it in whatever order you want, I guess. If you listen,
No, you can't, because the follow-ups would make no sense if you don't listen sequentially.
then you skip the follow up and you just jump straight to the. Okay.
How dare you? Don't skip anything. You listen to the whole thing.
All right, in order, in order. That's why we have them in
Yeah.
numbered, right? So you gotta follow them in that order. So
Disregard the pilots.
right. Today's episode, we are talking about A's barbecue. Um, this happens to be episode number 13. As far as the official episodes go, again, not counting the pilots,
Yes.
um, but this is anything but unlucky. I'd have to say this is a spot that I am very happy to talk about, and I know Mychall has joined us at least once, probably once,
Exactly once, yes.
once, but okay,
So, one
fine.
time, yeah.
Well, at least you got to try, and you can
That's
still
fine.
talk about it and reminisce.
Exactly.
I guess it's fine. So we're here. We're talking about A's Barbecue. They make Texas style barbecue. Again, I'm on that
Yeah,
kick.
who would have guessed?
I am finding one Texas barbecue spot, one pop up after another, all underground. In the know, blah blah blah, all those good things. But thank God we find them, because I don't know what I'd do without them. So, this is what did I say? This is Texas style barbecue. But I think what's
Yes.
unique here is Alan's take on it, and this is particularly his take, and he calls it East Los Soul barbecue. It's got that East Los Angeles soul in whatever he's making there. He's also kind of branded it as the Chicano barbecue. Now we've seen
Mhm.
several barbecue spots already, and a lot of them are people who come from from the east side, and but I think with Alan, he really leans into it and really wants to celebrate, those flavors, and really shows you know, his in his cooking. And we'll see as we go along the kinds of things that he's making and what those kinds of flavors and kind of things turn out to be. But East Los Soul, I mean, that's kind of what that's the hook there. But it's regardless of what you label it, it is excellent barbecue. I hope the one time you visited much, I hope you remember, and I hope it made a good impression on you.
Yeah, yeah. 2018. I remember everything from that visit.
Sure. Oh man, but it's kind of funny because their Instagram handle. I mean, they call themselves A's Barbecue, right? But their handle is like
Hmm.
AS_BBQ, right? I mean, it makes sense, right? It's pretty
Hmm.
simple, straight to the
Yeah.
point. But it's I remember them saying like sometimes people would visit and roll up or whatever. So like, hey, I'm looking for that As Barbecue. You
Ass
guys-
barbecue. Yeah. That is exactly what people are going to say,
right, exactly. But it's anything but
intentionally or otherwise.
yeah, exactly. But it's it's good. I'd say that right now. Um, if you want to treat yourself good Texas style barbecue, that's what you're getting. as far as the man behind it all, this is you've got Alan Cruz. He's the guy there on the right, kind of doing an interview here. But that's him, Alan. He was born and raised in East Los, and where he is right now with his family and everything. Like it's a really nice part of of that of East Los. He oversees the city. It's like pretty beautiful out there. Um, he's I've been lucky to kind of meet the guy and get be really good friends with him, and he's someone who loves the process, really enjoys the process of cooking, ever since he kind of started, and he kind of kept going at it. Brisket and ribs and barbecue in general is just it's not. I mean, to do it well, I guess if you want to do it well or to a certain standard that you set, it's not particularly easy. I mean, you're talking about meats, particularly brisket, that you smoke for 12 to 16 hours. And you're just kind of sitting by a fire making sure that it's managed correctly. You got the right amount of heat. You keep the meat at a particular temperature for a long time, and so that ain't easy, but it's something that the people who aren't crazy enough to get into it really love doing. So Alan's one of those guys, and having met him and hung out with him, I'll talk about those in a little bit, but he you could tell he's kind of got this intuition, kind of the chef's, leanings of creativity and things like that to incorporate these flavors that he wants, these kind of Chicano, flavors
Mm.
of the tradition or of, his upbringing and things like that. The influences, I think, into the food that he serves. And again, we'll see how that works out. I mean, his brisket typically is not more than the traditional Texas salt and pepper, but you'll see things like from the ribs to the sausages to the pork belly burnt ends, but
Mm-hmm.
and things like that, and even his sides. It really comes through what he's talking about that soul, that East Los soul in there. And the guy on top of that, the guy knows his brews, whether it's beer, craft beer, or even coffee. Um,
Oh, really?
he knows his stuff there. He likes a good craft beer. He likes kind of making his own coffee, like pour overs and things like that.
Mm.
And you also see some influence there in some of the dishes that he makes too. So we will kind of see that. The team that's that I can mention, he has a solid team now, and people that have that help him out. But we give shout outs to some of the people that you've been lucky to meet, including Eddie, which kind of a buddy of his, and Eddie's he's a dad now. He got a kid, so good for him.
Hey.
And exactly. Ricky as well, just someone that solid guy that helps out and holds it down. And then we also have Jonathan, who actually is a killer photographer. He does photography professionally, and I'll find his Instagram thing. But if you're looking for portraits or things like that, I think he's got you covered. But he'd also help out. So you got a team there. There's probably I don't know. There's other folks there that maybe I haven't had the chance to get to know just yet. But these are people I think that come to mind with that the A's team. I don't know. As far as where they're at, they're pop up. They I don't know what their plans are, if there are plans for anything beyond, but what they're doing, they're popping up in East Los, wherever they're over there, and they'll you DM them when you're interested. They'll kind of share that info with you, where to pick up and things like that. But they've also been known to pop up at Sarah's Market, also nearby where they are.
Mm.
And that's where we've been, Mychall.
That's
And
the one time I went. Yes, I
that
remember.
time, yes. And Sarah's Market again is an incredible spot
Yeah.
that hosts, all these. Just really gives a platform for a lot of these small business and vendors and things like that. Um,
Yeah.
so and then also they've popped up at what I think is formerly Indie Brewing. I don't remember if thought I heard that spot had closed down, or at least had changed ownership, or I don't know, one way or another. We need to do a fact check there. I just know that something happened. They're not there,
Oh, okay.
I think. So anyway, but they would pop up there. And that's a brewery in downtown. So yeah, they've Alan's been holding it down. He's been doing it for a little while. I want to say maybe 2017 or so. But again, another fact check. One day we'll get to a point where maybe we can have some clout and maybe get some of these people on here and they can actually tell it for
Oh, that'd be cool.
themselves, and I don't have to keep guessing
Guessing.
and BSing.
That's part of the fun, though.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. But we'll but it also forces me to like do more research and prep and I don't know. I'm compelled to do it.
I feel like if you're going to have them on, you should be doing even more than that.
But
shouldn't be the other way around.
But no, I mean, if you get them on, then you just let them talk, right? You don't have to say nothing, right? It's like, "Hi, how are you? Please share your story," and then that's it. I feel like that's it.
You won't ask any leading questions.
No leading questions. Just keep.
Yeah, just keep talking. Keep talking. It's good stuff.
It's like, You just keep nodding.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Eventually, you just get more out of them. Like, See that?
That's what I do here.
Now you know. Now you know the real secret.
You'll understand what I go through. Yeah.
These are the pro tips, people. You want to run a podcast? This is what you do. Great. Well, awesome. Well, let's kind of get into it. Let's start off with some of the first visits here, and the first visit was at Sarah's Market.
Oh, nice.
I don't really remember. I'm trying to remember really how I first heard about him, and I honestly can't pinpoint right now. It's kind of hard to say. Again, I've already been on, a lot of the barbecue places we've talked about. I've already been on kind of on a run with them, visiting them pretty often. I was even looking, when I was putting this stuff together, like, the list of events here, I'd also look at like what was going on around that day or that weekend. And there's just a lot of barbecue, like spot after spot. And this is like one.
You gotta make your rounds.
It's basically making rounds. It's pretty crazy, I gotta tell you. But here we have our first visit to Sarah's Market, and again, I don't have a picture of the actual place because I just take pictures of the food.
Priorities.
Priority.
Yeah. But especially for the first visit, you're there for the food. You know?
I guess so. Yeah, and I think it was during the week. But this is my tray. I guess they had run out of brisket or they didn't have any. I'm sure I would have gotten it if they had it. But what we have here is, on the top left we have some baby backs, and then moving we got some of that sausage, and what else? We have pulled
Vegetables.
pork. Yeah, maybe pulled pork is sometimes there's not enough. There's sometimes too little to say about some pulled pork dishes, but I'd have to say in this case there's some things to be said. This is prepared in kind of if you're familiar with the cochinita pibil, which is a pork dish, a traditional pork dish. It's very citrusy and kind of and maybe I forget if there's a little bit of heat in there, but again, fact check time. But it's prepared in a with an additional kind of level there. So this is a solid offering there. And then we have mac and cheese, or as they call it, the mac and rajas. So it's so that was it. I think there's another pick here. We have Aha, the pork belly burnt ends.
Oh, yeah. You don't even have to say it. I already want it.
Yep,
Ugh,
absolutely.
bad.
So what's interesting, about some of these, the and we'll see again these, we'll see keep seeing these again, but the ribs, there's the use of some coffee in there. There's like kind of a coffee
Yes,
rub.
I do remember that.
But also a little bit of sweetness with piloncillo, which is a sugar, like a raw sugar used in Mexico and in other areas. But with those, it kind of adds, it's kind of those flavors there, I think, that we start to see like, oh, this is, kind of his take. This is something a little different. Um,
Okay.
we talked about the pulled pork, the cochinita pibil, that kind of thing. We'll see again with the sausage. We have the jalapeno cheddar, sure, but we'll also see other types of sausages as well. Um,
Hmm.
so that was their farm, Sarah's Market, and I think that was also maybe my first dealings with Bart's, Dustin Bart's over there.
Oh, really? You met him there?
I think so, but
Okay,
I think it
okay.
would have been a little while before. Well, maybe not that, because I think, yeah, I'm sure I must have visited him not soon after, because I have to go back to when I went to that Goldberger pop up in at LA Ale Works, because they were both popping up over there, and I don't think that was too
Hmm.
long after this visit. So, um, yeah. Again, don't worry, we'll be doing an episode for him too. So, um, but that was the first visit there. The next one I wanted to show here was this one is at Smorgasburg, and so
Oh,
yeah,
really?
yeah. So Smorgasburg had a barbecue day,
A
and
barbecue day. That's right.
so every year they featured like all these barbecue spots. So of
In the
course they
summertime.
in the summertime, yeah. Of course they had Moose, because Moose was a
They're a
regular
regular
vendor
there.
there. We had a few other
Yeah. What else do they
spots.
have?
Um, Meathead Barbecue. The guy Logan, I think he's out Florida these days. There are a few other spots that I had pictures of, but I don't quite remember where they were
Up
from.
top.
So,
That's fair.
oh well, those are the ones I remember. But A's was there, of course, and that's the important.
Hmm.
In that, I had met up with our good friend Abe. You remember Abe
Oh, I Crush
Delgado,
Barbecue.
of course, of I Crush Barbecue fame, and you can check him out at I Crush Barbecue. I believe he has an interview with Alan of A's,
Hmm.
relatively recent episode that you can check out over there, along with all the other cool episodes he's got there. So it was him, it was Bart's, and this other fellow named David, who on Instagram goes by Cali Cultured. I haven't seen him in a while, but he's a good supporter, of all the kind of the pop ups and the businesses like that. I think he actually has some weight, if you will, on the what's what, I guess. But
Oh, okay.
he's a good guy. It's nice the times that we've been able to meet up and um, hang out and stuff. So we had tried several. I think we had tried several spots together that day, but this was our tray from A's. So here we have the brisket, we have the
Hmm.
sausage, the mac and rajas, and you can see more of the pork belly there.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think this was solid. This was a solid plate. The brisket you see here on the left is a lean cut versus a fatty cut on the right.
Hmm.
Um, I think at this point, I think his brisket and his stuff was already very solid. Um, the sauces that we see here, I think one was like a mole kind of sauce. These are like barbecue sauces, but again, they're like they have these hints of these other flavors like mole. I think one was jalapeno as well. So you kind of see that in there too. But again, with
Cool.
Texas style barbecue, you don't rely, sauces on the side, right? You
Yeah.
yourself. So that was Smorgasburg. Um, not too soon after. Now I got to switch here because we're going to the other kind of photo collection here. Um, this one here, this was another visit to Sarah's Market because yeah, they would pop up
Ooh.
there pretty frequently. But these are, I want to say, I should know what these are. I want to say these are baby backs versus spare ribs.
Hmm.
Need a fact check on that too. We need a fact check on a lot of things, but but for now, this is what we have. But I believe actually, yeah, his I think that if I remember, like this was his. They had a post or something, and this was his birthday weekend or something. So he was serving up barbecue,
Ah,
for that. And
nice.
yeah, so I think this was one of the first times I got to use, kind of take pictures with the camera, the nice camera, and
Your
kind
new,
of try it out.
nice.
So yeah, these are the ribs being cut up, the sausage as well. We have beef rib too. I think this would have been my first foray into trying the beef rib. But it is a good. I
From
mean, this is a good beef rib. I mean,
like the first beef rib from them or first
from
beef rib
them,
ever?
sir, from them.
Okay.
Yeah, I know we've had plenty of beef rib before. Trust me.
Prior.
Don't you
All
worry.
right. I don't know the timeline.
It
Okay.
gets a little fuzzy. But yeah, so there's the brisket. I mean, it just slices beautifully.
Oof.
It's just so
Yeah.
good. And then he just just looking at it too. It's just that's a fatty cut right there, and it is
Hmm.
a good one.
Beauty.
Where is Alan? He is right there. So there he is with his
Oh, the balloons.
yeah, yeah. You can tell it's a real celebration there. Um,
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like at Sarah's Market, there's a lot of space on the sidewalk or whatever, but you only got there's no real place to like eat. So they set up some
Yeah.
chairs or whatever you can eat, or you can eat on the sidewalk or whatever. Um, so yeah, had a chair. This was my plate. I really had to get a little bit of everything, one of each, if you will, right?
Hmm.
But
As you should.
as you should. But it's hard because with something like a beef rib, you can't just get like half a beef rib. It's like all or
Yeah.
nothing, right?
That is correct.
Also, like with sausage, you can't really get like a few slices of sausage. You just get the whole thing, right?
Hmm.
Like I could get one slice of brisket, maybe a couple bones of ribs, right? But aside from that, I mean, if you're gonna, and then at this point, if you're gonna get that much, just get everything. Just go out, go all out, and then just commit. It's fine, right? But this was
It's all for one person.
This was. I mean, seriously. And again, I have this, everyone asks, what is your toxic trait? It's like, my toxic trait is just like eating a whole tray of barbecue and for one and not taking anything home. So,
How are your arteries doing?
surprisingly, they're doing okay. They could be better, but it's not terrible. Okay.
Hey, good to hear.
I just visited the doctor recently and he's like, I just watched it a little
Mhm.
bit, but, overall, it's okay.
Nice.
Take that.
More barbecue it is.
That's right. So, but yeah, this was a good visit. There's the brisket. So yeah, this was just a good like start into what is to come, right? So,
Mhm.
something that I would definitely enjoy. Come now, we need to actually have to go back here. We have to kind of insert this story here. So even though I've visited, A's Barbecue for what is it now? A few months, I guess. I actually meet Alan properly all the way in Texas. So
Yes.
this was
One of your many Texas trips
right. This is probably
in that 1 year.
yeah. This is probably the seminal, if you will, the seminal trip of the Texas trips of that year. And so this is November 2019, the Texas Monthly Barbecue Festival that highlights typically the top 50 restaurants, barbecue restaurants of the best of the best, really. And so I had gone, I had gotten my tickets. I was lucky enough to share some adventures with Abe, Danny from Heritage, Dustin Bartz. And then I also met Alan on that trip. at the day of the festival. And it was interesting because I think the way we met was, this was already like towards the end of the event, and I think there's going to be like a meetup maybe after. I think Alan had just gotten off the plane or whatever, like that day. He just kind of arrived that day, and I don't think he'd even checked in to where he was staying. I think he just went straight to the festival. Might need a fact check, but that's fine. I so I meet him, and I think I offered to like take him to, where that after party thing was, whatever it was.
Mm.
And so yeah, I just, kind of ended up taking him around, and obviously we started talking and kind of sharing, and just kind of learning, about what he's all about. And so yeah, he turned out as a really really cool guy. Just he already told him, like, about his stuff, how good it was, and yeah, just where it was all coming from. So we had a nice little adventure. We had visited even a few spots even after the Texas Monthly event. I think I was there,
Of course.
at least one other day. He was going to stay there for like that following week, but I think so at least one day we were able to go around and visit some spots. Surprisingly, it was not barbecue centric, but we visited. Well, one of them was, the first spot was Valentina's. We had gone there the following
Brisket
morning
tacos.
for the brisket tacos, exactly. And we also hit up some places for coffee, for tacos, even for tiny dessert pies. I think you would have liked that one, Mychall. Doing the tiny pies.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But we
Love
spent a good day around there. I mean, even like kind of going around, walking around, there in Austin, and yeah, I have to look at some of those pics there. But that was a good time. I really enjoyed that. And we were in like this. So when I booked the trip, it was like relatively close to the event. And so I think because it's such a big event, I think there's also like another big event that happens around that same time. I forget, but all that matters was that there was really not a big selection of rental cars. And it ended up with a tiny, Ford Fusion hatchback. So that was my vehicle, and so I mean that was okay with me. I was okay with that. I mean, the trip previous, I had a big truck,
huge freaking van,
and also like a van. Right, we had those big vehicles, but this one, not quite that. So Ford Fusion hatchback. Maybe the two of us, that's fine. We could manage. But I also remember that on whatever day that was, we offered to take Danny to the airport. And so we started to have a third guy there, crammed in the back.
And his luggage.
Yeah, I feel bad for the guy.
Hey, free ride.
Yeah, but it was something to laugh about. But yeah, I mean, next time I go there, definitely need to find a pickup truck for sure. Definitely need that.
When in Rome,
can't go around in these like little toy cars. Oh man, but that was a fun trip. I really enjoyed that. And got to spend time again with him and hang and kick it. So it was fun to then go back again to visit his next pop-up. So and so that's where we're at. So I think maybe not soon after, because the Texas Monthly event is usually on like the first weekend of November or something like that, which actually just passed. So they just kind of had it recently. But the following week or so, I visit the next pop-up. And this one here, I believe, if I remember right, is at Monkish Brewing. And again, we talked about Monkish. So
we have, yes.
But we've visited there, and by we I mean me.
You in this case, yes.
But I did
Is that what
meet
I think
up.
it is on that right side?
Um, it is a burnt end, but it is of the brisket.
It's not pork belly. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's still good.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Burnt end in general.
so
I mean, like
jealous.
just very concentrated flavor of
Yeah,
that cut, and so it's always a winner.
so
Um,
jealous.
yeah, it's quite good. But yeah, you see kind of a lot of the same of what we have. We have the brisket here. We have the kind of the ribs, the sausage, brisket burnt ends, and mac. Now on this visit here, I had run into another buddy of mine. Goes by Chef Mayo. You can find him on Chef Mayo on
Mentioned them
Instagram.
before.
Yep, and that's Chef SHEF because he's a chef and not a chef. But Chef Mayo, he's definitely one of the real ones, and he knows all the good spots, who to support, and what's going to go down. Um, so I think I ran into him there. I met him from some other pop ups previously, but I think this is like kind of the beginning of like kind of running into him more and like chatting him
Mhm.
up a little more. But cool guy overall, man. He owns a smoke shop down in on La Brea, and yeah, you can check him out. Um, so I have my plate. I think he had his. I don't remember exactly what he had, but this was mine, and I'm pretty sure I ate all of this too. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean it's not as bad because it doesn't have a beef rib included.
I know. Maybe only because they didn't have any. I mean, if they did,
Yeah.
watch out, right? I very well could have gotten one there. But yeah, I mean, even the lean brisket. I mean, I think now, like these days, honestly, like yeah, I probably try to get more lean. Not that I won't get
Mhm.
fatty cuts, but I think I'll lean towards lean. And for what it's worth, I think over time, Ace has made an excellent lean cut because obviously lean cuts, right? There's not enough fat. You
Yeah.
risk having it a little tough or dried out or something. Just
Hmm.
not as satisfying maybe as a fatty cut, but I think there's a lot of flavor. Very underrated in some cases, but I think A's delivers in making that making that
Okay.
good. So yeah, but that was there at Monkish. So it was interesting because I think, like I said, I was kind of looking around that same, like looking around my stores around the same time or whatever, and if
Hmm.
I saw it correctly, at least on that day, um, I either that day or that weekend, I got to Bart's, I got to AGL, and I also went to Scoops. So that was A's was just kind of thrown in there to the mix.
Hello, barbecue weekend.
Yeah, it really was. It's crazy, really. Um, yeah. So the next one here I wanted to see here was
Ooh,
is very
that's a
simple.
modest order.
It is. It was more of a snack, a morning snack.
Ah, beef rib
Yeah.
is a snack, you say?
Yep.
Ooh,
I just wanted something light, you know. So, but what we have here is a beef rib and a side of mac and rajas, and again another. I don't remember if it's just because I intentionally chose that or if because maybe they had run low on other things. I don't quite remember at this point, but that's what I had there. Now, what was also cool about this was, let's see if I can bring it up. They set up at this next to this this spot where there's a coffee spot, either is or was, but very excellent coffee. And they're still around. They go by El Cafe by Primera Taza, and the main guy there, really, I feel like it's a one man operation. Goes by Chewy. Um,
nice.
yeah, he prepares some really great coffee. I think this was like kind of my. I mean, not that I'm not really a coffee guy or a big coffee guy or whatever, or like into that in that way. But I think to really appreciate, the flavors of coffee and to
Hmm.
what coffee can and should be, not just this bitter hot mess or whatever. It's a really enjoyable kind of beverage. Particularly like like a cafe de olla or something like that, or just the yeah. So Chewy, he I think he sources his coffees from like I think it's called Estelar Coffee, and he just brews them really well. So they were set up again like over there. So I after one I had the other, and I had
Hmm.
a it was a good I mean that was just a good time. I had a good I remember like having some cool conversations with them about just learning about coffee and how they put care into making it and things like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. But that was this visit. Um, yeah. So, but moving on, we just have more ribs. Again, the thing about the ribs is, like I said, kind of on that top and that note of coffee. Alan loves his coffee. He wants to kind of have that in there. It's not a strong flavor, but it's there. You have notes of the coffee, but you have some of the sweetness that comes through. If you have the piloncillo, but overall, I mean, you can't beat a good rib. That's kind of what I wanted to um, see there. So that was that day I think I just picked up an order of ribs. I think that was it. I don't remember
Interesting.
why or whatever. I mean, that was what it was. But anyway,
Okay.
here we have for this one. This was a visit to the Glendale Tap. We've had our share of
Ah,
visits over there.
yes.
Several pop-ups are known to pop up over there. Again, another excellent brewery tap bar thing that I probably wouldn't know about, but here we are. Thanks to the advent of the underground pop-ups. So, but you can just see more slicing of the fatty. I think definitely at this point I'm just always asking for like fatty cuts.
Hmm.
So can't go wrong there. And more baby backs. These are definitely the baby backs here.
Hmm.
Here's some of the sauces like I was kind of referring to earlier. You have
Ah,
some
okay.
mole barbecue sauce and jalapeno. So I don't know if he still kind of puts these together or makes things like this. But if you ever have a chance, they're good. If he does make them, I hope he continues to do that. Um, this is a slice of the lean, and actually, it's a good lean.
Hmm.
It's pretty juicy, cuts really nicely. Um, yeah, I think for those who try to hone in or perfect the art of the lean, good for you. I mean, good on you. So here's a brisket. My God, I don't know. Just anyone. I mean, any of these guys that we talked about, like who makes their brisket, it's just like um another world. I don't know what to say. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah. It's just good.
it is for a meat that's supposed to be like a tougher cut, a cheaper, tougher cut. Clearly, that's not the case. Here is no longer cheap, and definitely not tough when these guys make it and they make it right. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, we had a good time there. Who do we have? Yeah, so there's Alan. That's Eddie. I think the girl is his sister. I said anyway. So, beef ribs, yes, of course, can't go wrong there. Yeah, so I think I'd spent some time there, and then I made a tray, and I brought it inside, and then I did this dumb thing by putting
Hmm.
it on a pool table because I don't know,
What?
must be
Why
artistic or
would you do
something.
this?
I don't know, it must be artistic or something, right?
Oh,
Anyway,
bet you the bar hated you.
yeah, they probably did. I don't know if anyone was using it at the time, but there you go.
Yeah, probably not, but still.
No, they
You don't
weren't
risk the pool
because
table like this.
I know it was a risky move there, but at least they had burnt ends there. So
Ugh, damn you.
I know you keep missing out, man. See, that's a problem. So don't know what to say, man. And
Unfortunate.
yeah, and this was I guess post holidays, so I don't know. Even though I just gotten off probably a big family dinner or something, Still eating. So,
As expected.
yep. Um, so now we're kind of, so this was through kind of into 20 already. Now we're going to, yeah, this is going into, yeah, I don't even know, 2020. Yeah, we're entering a new year here, and with
Oof.
New Year's come a new addition to the menu. Um, in this case, smash burgers. So we know smash burgers as another important food group, correct?
Yes,
Um,
this is true.
and we've talked about many a good smash burger and good preparation there. But now we see again another addition to the menu for A's and the foray and the creativity, I guess, that we kind of see as a result of that. So I believe this is not technically not the first visit. There was probably a pop up, I think, literally a couple days before the one I'm showing here. And of course, I went to that one too. I think that was at Indie Brewing, and that was his first, kind of, yeah, for the smash burger. So the smash burgers consist in this case of two types. The first, what you see here, and I'll show it here, is an al pastor smash. Okay, I failed to mention that from the previous pictures that we've seen of barbecue, the pork, the burnt ends, the pork belly burnt ends, are kind of coated or marinated with a kind of a al pastor inspired rub. So the flavors that you know and love of an al pastor, including maybe some of that pineapple-iness or whatever in there, that's what comes through with the burnt ends, which is quite excellent, I'll tell you. Now, why am I saying that? Because of this. Now we're seeing an al pastor in kind of the smash burger form. It's technically not a burger because it's not beef in that strict definition, but you have a patty, a pork patty with this, again, kind of al pastor rub, and then smashed on the griddle like in that smash burger style, and then topped off, with I forgot what kind of cheese this is. It's very melty. I want to say Oaxacan type cheese. A little bit of green sauce there, and onion, and say cilantro. But yeah, that's the al pastor smash. And then you have your more typical like burger, your beef smash. You have the beef. I want to say that cheese is Monterey. Need to fact check, okay? And then this kind of mustard cream that he kind of blends himself. It's not just a straight up mustard or whatever. But you've got those two burgers there. And so, I mean, this was, yeah. So again, this visit was literally like a couple days after the first pop-up that we had. So, which we did not show, but just letting you know for context that again, I've been eating a lot. But these are pretty good.
This picture.
What's that?
What is this picture? You took a bite of each and just decided that's the picture to take?
Well, yeah. Isn't that like
All
artistic
right,
or whatever?
fine.
Like you take a picture, you eat it, and it's like, oh, there's a bite or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know either, man. But there you go. But this wouldn't be the last time we see the smash burger. So this is a good addition to the rotation of burgers, and we will see others as we go along. So let's see. We had seconds, of course. Interestingly enough, well, I don't know if as interesting, but of course this was part of another large food crawl and Angelo, level food crawl. Look, turns out I had several tacos that day. There was Asadero Chicali, which is out in like East LA. El Russo, Carnitas El Momo, Morisco Salisco, and then we had A's. and then we had Tacos Árabes, which is like down the street, and then actually I ended up at Wanderlust. I'm not
I
quite
mean,
sure. No, I get it, but I
dessert is
mean,
important.
no, I do, but like that was all in East Los, right? But then I shot up all the
Hmm.
way to I think that must have been in Pasadena. Um,
Oh, you went to the Pasadena one.
yeah. So yeah, it was a bit of a trip. With that said, that was pretty good. That was a good haul. Really enjoyed that. Yes.
Looking at this timeline, you went every week in February.
Isn't that crazy? How am I still
Wild.
alive? I don't
I ask that question all the time.
yeah. And I don't know how we'll ever get a real answer, you know?
Very impressive,
I couldn't
actually.
tell. Yeah. I mean, by impressive you mean pressing there. I don't know. I'm not sure
I
why
respect it.
I don't know why I don't have this in my notes. Where are my notes? It's all over the place, man. Well, I'll talk about it. Whatever. We go back here. We are back at where are we? This is like at that spot, that coffee spot I talked about.
Mhm.
El Cafe. The hidden spot in downtown. It is near Indie Brewing, not too far, but it's really kind of a low key spot. But with that said, here we see a beautiful slice of pastrami. I don't remember if pastrami had been introduced even before. I think this is my first try at it. But it wasn't a full barbecue menu. It was the pastrami, but it was being served with the burgers. So here we have another smash session here, if you will. And so this is the al pastor, right? So I think, every time, just like with, doing things over and over, hopefully you get like a little better over time and, kind of improve. So I think this was definitely, again, kind of the evolution and kind of the improvement over time of the smash sessions here. But there's Alan, kind of using the grill. And, these are just like kind of your standard, Blackstone, flat top grills. I just got one myself. Actually, I forgot to tell you. I got one here.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. And
interesting.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do with it, but
You're gonna make your own smash burgers, huh?
well, we'll see.
Is that what it is?
When
you're getting a smoker, everyone was telling you should get a smoker now.
I know, but
house.
I feel like the griddle's
forget the neighbors.
I know. Oh. No, not the neighbors, but just the barrier of entry is a lot lower, I think, with the griddle. Okay. Smoker is a whole nother deal, right?
Yeah.
So someday, don't you worry, we'll get there. But yeah, I know. But
what are you gonna do? We'll figure that out. You'll figure that out at some point.
So as an aside, then here's the al pastor, and you can see now he's kind of using these pieces of Oaxacan cheese. I don't remember if he did this like with the previous ones, but you can see these are prepared in almost like they're like prepared. They kind of pull them apart like string cheese. But when you cover them at some point, as you see here, they will get all melty. So that's it's not quite as clear here, but you can see what I'm trying to get at here, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're like, no, we end this already.
I don't know, as it is for burgers.
Yeah.
You always see them melt the cheese with by covering it, let the steam do the work.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you have a pick here, just kind of topping it off with I forget what the sauce is called. Kind of I want to say guajillo salsa or something. That's probably not right. Can we do a fact check again? No one's doing fact.
Look, well, you know what's going to come up? Probably salsa verde. I got nothing.
Definitely not a salsa verde. Okay, it's a little beyond that, but okay. But yeah, that's So here we have the al pastor smash, and then the bottom we have these brisket topped, beef smashes. Yeah,
interesting.
So, yeah. And
pastrami brisket topped. That's crazy.
Isn't that something? We've seen the foray of the pastrami burgers, right, from other episodes, but this is definitely a different take. A slice of this barbecue brisket, right?
Yeah.
It's something else. Now, let
Interesting.
me see. Is this this must have been another time. I don't remember why I don't have it here, but yeah, this must have been, looking at this picture, this must have been another event, pop up where I met up with Chef Mayo, or where he was there. So that's
Mm.
probably him, doing his thing, taking his pics. But this was a particularly nice, you know, uh, cook, I want to say. Um, the al pastor is really coming together. It's getting honed in. I think I just enjoy the fact that there's a slice of barbecue brisket on this burger. Really
Of
can't
course.
go wrong there. Um, it was a good, but it was a good bite. So enjoyed that very much. And if that was Chef Mayo, I hope, pretty sure he enjoyed that too. So, yeah, I don't know, man. This is something that you just kind of see and just kind of gets better and better. So there's the Al
Good.
Pastor smash, and again, you just kind of achieves still, kind of a crispy edge, as you do with a smash burger. So yeah, pretty good. Oh man, hungry yet?
Always. The curse.
Cool. So where are we at? Now we get into another item into the rotation. This one is of tacos. Now, I think Alan's kind of been working on something like this for a while, on and off. But he wanted to kind of deliver, um, you know, something, just another medium, just another way, another outlet, kind of creativity and all that. So I don't remember. I want to say there were like 4 tacos, that he was serving up this day, and I can't describe each one because I don't quite remember. I can tell you the tortillas. These are blue corn tortillas from, this business called Kernel of Truth. Their local business there, and he was using those. And you could still see though, like one of them is like this brisket, like something topped with brisket. One of them is topped
Hmm.
with like pulled pork. You can see them, lined up here. There are also a couple other ones. If I'm trying to see, maybe if not this one, then this one here. Yeah, this one is like ribs, right? Like kind of the,
Oh.
yeah, and then topped with, I think that's like kind of the mole sauce, one of the sauces. Um,
Hmm.
and then this one is just sliced pork belly, so definitely can't go wrong with that.
Nice.
It's a nice thick cut, pork
Yeah.
belly. Yep. And then the sharpness there with the green onion too. So yeah, there were 4 tacos, that he was serving up. So he would do this for a little bit. Tacos again are like, they can be kind of tough, right? Because they're small, and especially if you make something like this really nice or whatever. Sometimes it can be hard to push them out, I guess.
Mm.
But I don't know. Alan delivered. It's just, yeah,
Good.
yeah, it was quite good. Let me see on this picture here. Here we go. The brisket queso taco, burnt cheese tortilla, chopped brisket, Tijuana Freddy's, mocha. Yeah, Tijuana Freddy's, a local business here. It makes a killer, salsa too.
Oh, nice.
So the brisket queso taco with the sweet thyme pickled onion. That was this one, I believe. That's the one we see here. The smoked pork belly. You don't have to guess what that one was. Smoked carnitas. That's the one we saw with the radish on there. This one here.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the chopped costilla, yeah, the baby back. So, yep, very cool. Oh, look at that. The coffee mole barbecue sauce
Hmm.
made with El Cafe by Primera's Beans.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Very cool. So that's tacos, and so I think we would continue seeing more of that. But now we go back to, actually back to burgers.
Oh,
This
okay.
one, yeah, this one I brought here. This was another smash, Al Pastor smash session. This day, apparently, um, don't know why I didn't put it together before. This was kind of a little food crawl with Smokey Jones.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this was interesting because this was the day. Well, I do remember bringing it up at one point. It was the day where we hit up Ragtop Ferns, where he kind of did that kind of surf and turf kind of deal. You know, he prepared his stuff, and then his buddy who makes Moriscos. They had that day together. So I met Russ over there, and after that, then we hit up. I think we hit A's up next, but it was in the definitely the course of the day. So we definitely got to try out the Al Pastor and the beef smash too. And this was over in East Los, where their place. So this was So I think Russ got to finally try it, and I think we both agreed it was quite an excellent excellent item addition to the rotation. So that was a good day. And then after that, we went to we were still in East Los. So I think Alan just suggested, hey, go to Los Cinco Puntos, which makes another great carnitas spot. I mean, it's a great Mexican restaurant, but they're known notably for carnitas and like this really thick masa, this corn tortilla, like thicker than normal.
Juicies.
Yeah, quite.
Oh, okay.
So we went there after, and after that, I think that evening on my own, there was a Goldburger thing, so I went there. So I'm not sure.
Of course.
Crazy. But for this visit here, I feel like this is like where the Al Pastor really started to come through. Like it was really like coming to its own, maturing, and a really good iteration of what I think Alan was trying to go for. Just like the flavor, like very pretty, I'd say intense, like kind of, it's just really there. It's present, like you can get it. The beef smash is great too, but I think obviously like this Al Pastor smash is like something else. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we finally come to the part where you come along the one time, which is great.
No way.
Yeah. This is dated.
That was in 2020?
It was. Isn't that crazy?
I swear it was longer than that.
I know, but right. I'm going to tell you right now, that's you holding that tray, okay?
Oh? You have no proof.
I mean, I can bring up the sweater that you used for Smokey Jones and just match the sweater. So.
Oh, is it? I can't even tell. But okay. Crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
And that's all we got?
I think that's all that was available for some reason.
Damn.
I know, it's crazy. But that was our plate. What did we have? We had the brisket, the ribs, the pulled pork, bill, and the mac and rajas. So, yep, pretty good. There's Alan and Eddie right there. But this was over at Sarah's Market once again. So we're back there. But there's the the cafecito, kind of ribs there. I mean, what do you remember? I mean, what can you tell me about what you remember?
Apparently nothing, because I swear it was early.
You thought it was much sooner. Well, I didn't mention your name previously until now, so
true.
But yeah, this was maybe it'll kind of reignite some things you remember there.
I don't know, man.
I mean, it could very well not be you. It could be some random guy I just asked to hold the tray, but I don't
know. Everything right around that time, because it looks like here's dated the end of February, so right as COVID's about to start. Everything's a blur.
Isn't that something?
At this point for me.
Yeah.
And that's crazy, because at this time, you would never have guessed that we'd have such a big change in the stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I was probably just thinking it's just another food day with Angelo.
Yeah.
This might be the last one before the pandemic.
Who would have thought? Exactly.
Damn.
It may have been. Again, that was the one
Oh,
time,
tacos.
the one and done. Yep, we're back to
Unfortunate.
tacos. This is not you, but this is a shout out to Mauricio or Mo. He it's just a guy that a good friend. I think that I've been kind of nice to run into, and he is a really nice guy. I haven't seen him in a while, and I hope he's doing all right. And but this was his tray. Again, like kind of one of each of those
One of
tacos.
each. Yeah.
So I think the one that we don't have on this in this time is like the ribs, the costillas, because we have 2 pork
Yep.
belly, 1 brisket, and 1 pulled pork one. So yeah, but this was a good. I think I also got one of each there. So, but I thought his tray looked a little bit cooler. But yeah, that was there. I just wanted to bring it up because of a shout out to him. Now we enter the pandemic era. So it's not too bad considering that still get burgers out of that. So that's good. Now, so this so again, everyone's like kind of pivoting and trying to figure out like what to do, how to serve and food and whatever, and not die. So we have this kind of pickup mechanism, and so there's this kitchen kind of, or yeah, I guess a kitchen or like this from this group called Locals Only, and that's spelled Lokel. So they had a kitchen or a space in downtown or whatever, and there were a few kind of vendors that would pop up there, including A's a few times. And so this was one of those visits, and of course it was the Al Pastor smash in this case. I think I got the burger smash too. Yes, I did. So I picked that up. I mean, it was just really, I don't know, interesting to see. Like, you would you would choose your time and whatever. Again, you couldn't really interact with any of the guys there because, distancing and all that. But, it was just nice to see that people were still able to kind of do their thing and, make their food, and people still coming out to support the best they can. But this was that as I visit there. Yeah, that was interesting. Just kind of seeing. This was just the start. This was like late March already, so it wasn't. It was just getting started.
When the panic ensued.
Yeah, exactly.
Brave.
Yeah. Well, we flash forward a little bit. A few months later, they're doing pickup still doing distancing,
Is that
but
a donut?
It more technically specific. It's called a Donas. Yeah, these are Donas.
I'm in.
Yeah. So
I want that.
So this is, of course, a brisket, sandwiched with a donas. So these donas are made by the guys behind Evil Cooks, and Mychall, I think we've had Evil Cooks.
Yeah, we have
visited them. They make an excellent. They're known for an excellent, Al Pastor or Black Pastor, really.
Oh yeah.
But from time to time, they'll make donuts. So that's what we have here. And I can't remember if they do this like once in a blue moon or whatever. But I got brisket that day as well. I mean, I just remember ordering brisket and some and some sausage too. Excellent. But the donuts, that was good. I don't know how often they do this, if ever, anymore, but times they did. That was good.
Unfortunate.
Did that. Is this one here? I don't quite remember now. Where is Man, I'm losing track here of all my stuff. There's an album that I'm trying to look for that I can't quite pinpoint right away. Maybe I'll come across it in a second, but this one here I wanted to bring up was another Smashburger pop-up. This is actually at Milpa Grill that we mentioned earlier, where Mychall resides now these days. But in the beginning, they would bring over and invite different vendors to pop up here because they got a good kitchen, a good space there. And so A's was one of those spots. So there's Alan and his, kind of the team there. And also here, actually, that's Chewy from the um, El Café by Primera Taza. Um, but these, let's see, this is a beef smash. I forgot the name of this, but this basically you got the beef smash with like uh big ass
Brisket. Pork belly.
pork belly, exactly.
Yeah.
And then you have the Al
Nice.
Pastor smash as well. So yeah, good move. Good. But there's yeah, just shout out to Chewy too. I mean, he's someone like that
Making
just
coffee.
really appreciates the art of making coffee and preparing it really well. So, I mean, there's something to be said about that. I gotta find out where he is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't quite know these days. But anyway, but there he is. And the I think he was working with again this spot I mentioned, this Cafe Cafe. Um, yeah. So when you're there at Milpa Grill, um, hopefully you'll be in the mood to try some coffee.
Yeah.
Um, I'm trying to look for a particular album that I cannot pinpoint right now. But one thing I'm going to mention, find it, is just another item on the rotation. Because we have barbecue, of course, we have smash burgers, and then we
Mm-hmm.
have tacos too. But one other item that is we need to add to this menu is fried chicken. Surprisingly,
Oh, nice.
yeah. So because of the whole, I mean, kind of as a response to the whole fried chicken craze, I mean, it was a lot of hot chicken for sure. But
Mm-hmm.
Alan put together what he calls not a hot chicken fried chicken sandwich, I think.
Uh-huh.
um, so, man, I'm having a hard time finding it. Oh well, I'll just have to, kind of describe it. But just kind of this. Do I have to describe it? I don't know. If the internet can help me, try it that way. But he put together this like fried chicken thing, and it's not hot chicken. It's like kind of lightly seasoned with kind of hints of some, it's not just straight, not a typical. I don't know. I just say he probably put in some of his flavors in there. Um, and I mean, just overall, like it was a great fried chicken, piece, just a good sandwich. It was topped with like just lightly with a like this slaw, like a not a heavy slaw, but just something that was kind of simple and easy to kind of eat. So he prepared those. He has a fried chicken. He had chicken tenders as well. It's just it was quite nice actually. It would be nicer if I could find it for the viewers, and I'm not sure why I can't. But oh well. So, but I wanted to mention that because again, it's just kind of another angle, another facet of how he wants to you know kind of be creative and do his thing. You know what I mean? So I'll find it eventually, but apparently not right now. So that's uh, that's the not a hot chicken sandwich. Um, few other things here. Um, we have just more barbecue kind of lined up. Um, we also have the introduction, or just kind of the appearance of birria sausage. So we have the tip. You have the jalapeno cheddar. You have maybe like a Oaxacan type of sausage, but
Mm-hmm.
birria, of course, making their way around. Right, a very popular kind of trend, and we see Alan kind of on his take, and so he would make a birria sausage. You know, birria flavors in a sausage form,
Mm-hmm.
which is an excellent I don't know. I mean, again, Mike, I know you haven't been able to try it, but if you do, I would encourage you to do that.
Yeah, of course. I
Please,
mean, I'm a
please,
big fan of beer, yeah.
please
So,
do that.
but where I need to see it,
Yeah, you know what?
or
For
do you
some
not have a
reason,
picture?
something is going on here. I couldn't tell you what is happening
Oh,
because
oh,
everything's like all kind of mixed up right now. So whatever. I mean, you just got to believe me.
oh. I mean, I'm sure we believe you, but part of the joy of this is seeing it.
I know. Maybe this one is the one I'm
Unfortunate.
talking about here. But actually, this picture here is more.
That is not sausage.
Well, it's al pastor pork belly, right? Which is great.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I don't remember now. But this tray that I do have
Mm-hmm.
is, I can just tell you it was delicious. But I also don't remember if this one particularly had the beery sausage. So we need a fact check. I have no idea at this point. We'll maybe have to do some follow up or something about it, or we get Alan on here. I don't know. One way or another.
It's the only way to know. He's the only one who could tell you.
Yeah, exactly. But I have to take my word for it. I don't know. Okay. This one I wanted to bring up because there's more Donas. So I hope you enjoy the Donas. This visit also we had I don't have a good pick here, but there was a visit from, is it this one? I'll take a step back. I just want to show that this was good. And there's more this is pastrami brisket, which is also delicious.
Yes.
And then he was also nice enough. I don't remember if this was just kind of an off menu kind of thing. Another taco, but this was just a slab, a slice of the pastrami brisket, topped with a similar slaw or kind of thing that we saw from. I'll just say it. It's just topped with a nice, kind of simple slaw in this. Fine, but
it's a sauce.
It's a sauce. So I can tell you.
What is it?
It's a sauce.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine.
Need more fact checking and follow upping on. So. Again, I don't know. But that was nice.
It looks good.
It was really good. I don't know if I could tell you if what was on there, but I know it was really good. So, oh boy. Slows. So cool. This one, this was the visit here. This is the one. Not a great pick. You don't even see the guy, but guy here that's kind of obscured here is Memo from Akko. He's like one of the kind of journalists for that. He does a lot of reporting, but he also does a great job of like taking pictures and videos and stuff, for it. But that day, yeah, we were serving up a lot of pastrami. That was excellent. It was an excellent bite. Pastrami, beef rib, brisket. Yeah, and then he had some of the ribs there too. There's Alan there in action again. You can tell it's pandemic era because we've got masks on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He and Eddie there too. So, yep, can't go wrong. I do have a picture here. This is interesting. It's almost like a little foreshadowing. This one never really made it out there, but this package here is his early foray into flour tortillas. And I'm kind of jumping ahead here because he had recently, dropped some tortillas like last week or so. And I think people picked them up quick. But these were, this was his, I had these early on. And I was very lucky to try them. They were very good. I mean, they were a nice flour tortilla that he made himself. I think he used like the beef tallow or whatever to mix it in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's super flavorful. So you just reheat it there, and I was very happy to try that out. So, but yeah, we have the pastrami beef rib here. This is all pastrami today. It's just a really pastrami day. But that was a good visit too. But then we jump back now to back to the burgers. And so this was at Indy Indie Brewing, and
Mm.
this was another event. I got to meet up with Chef Mayo, and I don't remember the last time we had seen each other then, but this is early. This is early 2021, so it'd been a minute, I think.
I'm sure.
So here we have Alan, and then Eddie, and then Ricky in that from left to right there. So those three there. But yeah, they again, you can tell they got the mask going on. They got all that. But again, people are coming back, right? They are able
Hmm.
to kind of dine in and hang out. Um, so they're making their burgers that day, and we're just there hanging out with them and just having a good time. But yeah, with Chef Mayo, we tried, of course, the pastor smash and the beef smash too. So that is what we had, and that was good. And this was good too. I enjoyed this. This was a sometimes there are those pictures that you take that you just don't know. They just look good, I guess. Maybe you don't
Hmm.
realize it right away, but then you're like, it turned out pretty good. And this is like kind of one of those. I enjoyed this one.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, this is like overlook one of the. I think that's the Sixth Street Bridge that is now completed,
Prior to
that everyone that just keeps on trying to,
destroy.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So, um, that was good. And then this is the beef smash. So I don't know, man. It was I am surprised, just kind of also looking back, like how often I would still go out and visit, these spots even through
Hmm.
the pandemic, because again, the pandemic, right? But
Yeah.
uh,
Opposite for me there.
I know. Sorry. Interestingly enough, I don't know. I don't remember if it was the same day, but I was looking at stories that were posted on the same day. This was
Hmm.
at least the weekend that um, me, and John went out to the OC. This was one of our first. That's not the first, but this was like one of the few
Meetups.
times we got to meet up. Actually,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it was one of the first meetings we got to,
It might have
like,
been.
after
Yeah.
pandemic. So you remember we went to Micro Center down there in
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Tustin. Because there were some deals to be had. Did we?
As you
Or
do at
did
Micro Center.
or did we just go to the window shop? Did you get anything?
No, you pre-ordered something
Oh, that's right. I had a.
because we want to go just to go.
You're
No,
right.
no.
I did get a computer thing or whatever. So I think I
Yeah,
wanted
you
to bring you
pre-ordered
guys
something.
over. Yeah, thank you. So, but then we decided we have to get something to eat, right?
Yeah, of course.
So of course, like in that area in the OC, it's like, oh, why not the packing district? It's like a nice
Hmm.
food hall, got a lot of good food. Place
Yeah,
we
lots of
haven't.
options.
Yeah. So like, yeah, let's go. So we were on our way back, right? Oh, am I putting this out? No, yeah, we were on our way
Yeah,
back,
it was on the way back.
and I already put the location on my navigation. I was driving, so I put it on the maps, and I was on my way there. And so we were just driving, and we're talking or whatever, and we were. I think we were talking about something. We were talking about Jennifer. We talked about Jennifer Kim, like how she was in Riverside or whatever,
Oh, okay.
and I had just made an interchange from the freeway I was on to the 91, and
Hmm.
we thought nothing of it, But then about half an hour later, we ended up at our destination, but
Yeah,
it ended up
maybe not our destination.
at a destination, and then we realized this is definitely not the place that we were thinking of.
Yeah,
So what had
definitely
happened?
not.
So what ended up happening is that in the maps I had entered the word I'd been packing in the in the search, and I had just chosen the first result that was on there, and it brought
Hmm.
us to the packing house in Yorba Linda, which is
Yep.
not
Yep.
the packing district in like Anaheim or whatever.
Yeah.
So we ended up way far from where we intended to be. So
Okay. In my defense, so I had no idea where it was or what the right direction would be. So I
right,
had no way of knowing that was wrong.
that's true.
John, though, he has no excuse. You have
Yeah,
no excuse.
right. Well,
Packing district. Good for future reference.
yes.
Bet you'd never made that mistake again.
Yeah. Again,
That specific one.
just make sure you choose the right setting on your search or whatever.
It's just somehow you always end up at the wrong place. At every few trips, you somehow end up putting the wrong destination.
Yep. Something happens. I don't know what it is, man, but
it's fine.
But at least after, I don't remember if it was before or after, but we also had Portillo's down there.
It was after.
Okay.
This was after because I remember.
Oh, that's right.
We had that damn cake shake, and I was dying
because that was dessert, right? Because we had the mains over at the packing district, not house, and then we went down to Portillo's for the cake shake. Yeah. Yep, that was a good visit. I enjoyed that.
That was not a good visit. I couldn't even finish the cake shake.
So I don't remember that. Okay, so I don't remember if that was the same day as this pop. I think that's what I'm getting to. I don't remember if it's the same day as this pop up because this was. Actually, we could look it up now. Just scrolling into a calendar.
Timestamps.
Well, the date of this pop up was March 21st of 2021. Yeah. So that was a Sunday, which I think is the day that we went. I think we went on a Sunday. So
maybe, I don't know.
Very well could be the same day.
I don't know if I can fact check this one.
Okay.
But I will try.
Well, then we'll just kind of go
because I need to know.
Oh boy. Yep. So there you go. Again, don't confuse the packing house with the packing district.
Very important.
Yep. One of the last food adventures here to share was with our friend Maria. We've she one of her visits down from the Bay, from NorCal, or however you want to call it. But she visited down here, and we had some barbecue. We had a little food adventure, I think. We visited A's Barbecue. We also had Hamburgers Nice, who was nearby, and then we also had Hangovers, was also there, all in the same kind of different area, close area. So, but yeah, we ordered a big tray for the group so we could have lunch and kind of meet up. So we had a nice tray. We ordered we had brisket here. Actually, I remember, Mychall, then this is technically the second time you've had A's, so it's not because you were there.
Was I?
Okay, you want to fact check that? Sure.
May 8th.
That was May 8th. But as you look that up, yeah, they had a really good tray there. We had several sausages. We had pork belly. We had the pulled pork. Yeah, it's a good tray. So Maria's holding up that tray for us. Yeah, a little bit of everything. It was quite delicious. So I think it was pastrami brisket, and then like a regular beef rib, a couple of these sausages, pork belly, pulled pork, and then mac and cheese. It's it was quite a good haul there. So you're still looking it up, huh? I can see.
Yes, I am. I can't fact check the packing house story. I should have posted more.
Yeah, I guess.
And this was May 8th?
Yeah.
Nothing on my end.
Okay. Well,
unfortunate. We have to take your word as truth for now. I'm sure Maria will chime in at some point to prove it.
Yeah.
To prove it.
Exactly. We'll be seeing Maria this week, actually. Come on, Mychall. I mean, what's going on? I thought
I'm out of town. It's AX weekend.
AX was in July.
AX number 2 for the year. The first time they're doing a second con.
And where's that?
Ontario.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well,
yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it is.
Yeah, I hope it turns out good for you. Yeah. So that's like kind of. I mean, this was a lot. I mean, for whatever. I think this was like one of those places where I think it was like really heavy into a lot of the barbecue things and just the food adventures and whatever, hitting up like several spots in a weekend or whatever. that could feed a small village. It was quite something else. But they've well deservedly, found their ways into the news cycles and stuff, including an article here from like the New York Times. This was part of a
Ooh.
larger article of different barbecue spot highlights here. A lot of good places, including Moo's, Smoke Queen, and I think Corn Barbecue's here too. A lot of places, but here's A's. Um, there was a visit there, and they really had a nice, good visit there. But they made their way to
Damn,
the New
that's a
York
good plate.
Times. Yeah, it's a great plate. Too bad it's not ours. Um,
Unfortunately.
yeah, they also made their way into the LA Times
LA time.
101 best restaurants. So there's a list that's come out in the last few years, highlighting the 101 best restaurants in LA. I think they made themselves into this list of pop-ups. I think of like the best pop-ups to like go to. So they made their way there, but
Nice.
this was they definitely found their way. So if you find the print version of it, you'll see them in there. I think this was the 2020 edition. There's a list for 2021 as well. And they're supposed to like come out every year or whatever, but
Okay.
this is what they have. So and you can take a look at this list too. It's like good selection there. But yeah, I mean that's there was one other article. Let me see if I can bring this up. There was we talked about birria before, and they have like a birria sausage, but they also had a little foray into a birria burger. So
Oh, nice.
I think I got to try this once, and I think I got to try this with John. There was one day I don't remember. I just happened to ask him. I think we were coming back from something, and I asked him, "Can we go?
Okay.
Can we visit? Hit these guys up?" So we had a birria burger. We had a beef smash as well. But yeah, you can see here. It's like in the article, it highlights this burger with a vial of the consomme.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like
That is wild. Like, okay, you got to finish the whole headline, dude.
this birria burger has got a vial of consomme stuck into it.
Look into it. Like,
Yeah.
for people who can't see, it's just literally just stabbed into the bun, into the burger.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. I'm laughing, but I'm curious.
Yeah. So I think you're really supposed to actually like squeeze the
Squeeze
vial.
it as you.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But I think, I think he admits, like, what does it say? Yeah. Admits it's extremely untraditional. And it's also furthest from traditional birria. So, but that's the idea. You have the beef smash, and then you have the consomme that, you kind of infuse there with the burger as you eat it. Yeah.
Very interesting.
But it's supposed to be the answer to the birria craze. So, very interesting. So very cool. Hopefully, we try that again, or he brings that back. I don't know. I hope we see more of a rotation again of like these different types of items, because I think it's pretty cool that he gets to do. So I don't know, man. That was actually quite a lot. A lot of good memories, I think, that I can remember, and the good couple times that you were able to partake. At least once. Okay, so
once for sure. The other is questionable.
Well, hopefully you can. Hopefully we can add to that, and maybe it doesn't have to be. We don't have to question that whether it was more than once or whatever. I think we're coming around the holidays, so a lot of the barbecue guys and a lot of people are getting pre-order stuff for Thanksgiving. And so I think,
yes.
so they are too, yeah. Particularly turkey, they make a pretty good turkey. I think a lot of them do. So I think you'll, if you get your chance, if we have a chance to try it at some point, then hopefully we can partake. So
yeah.
But yeah, I think that's another barbecue story. In the books, I think like barbecue is like the best. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's
of course
it's quite good. So But with that said, I mean, we've come to the end of another episode. So thank you for joining us. I want to say to the A's crew that Alonzo says hello. I hope you kind of understand that and get that. But I want to thank everyone for joining us. We're bringing you more of our adventures with good food and good people. So make sure to reach out. We're here on Instagram. I'm at Dumb and Hungry. He's at my_chow. You can also use the electronic email that we just shared, hi@dumbandhungry.com, for your feedback and love letters and all that. I want to thank those who joined us in the chat. I think that was Ron and CEO, so shout out to you guys. But you can do that when we're streaming on YouTube. So you can also find the audio wherever fine podcasts are served. But until next time, I'm Angelo.
I'm Mychall.
And on your next food adventure, remember to try one of each.
Welcome, Reggie. I hope it caught that, honestly.
Wait, what did you what did you intend to say? What did you slip in there?
I just said, welcome, Renji.
Oh, man.
You've been trying to, you keep saying you forget, so I just...
We're still streaming,
Hopefully it caught it.
That's fine.
Oh, there you go. Somebody caught it. Well, Renji, welcome to the world. To our good friend Tomo Kanara's first kid. He was born, what was it? November... No,
October 25th.
October 25th,
No.
was it? Okay. I think it's later.
No, earlier.
28th, I'm thinking. I don't remember.
No, is it 25th? Wait,
was it
right?
really? No. That's wild.
Or maybe, or was it
Patrick?
Or was it the week before? Hold on, let's fact check ourselves because we have
this one's very important.
Because we got the text.
October 24th.
24th. Okay, that's right. The day before was that Monday, huh?
Yeah. That's crazy. What if imagine if it was the same as Patrick's birthday?
How eerie.
Oh, I would just imagine Renji eats so much.
But it's not too far away, so
yeah, it's true.
Good for
it's
them.
crazy.
The first in our group to bear fruit. So there you go.
Congrats.
Yeah, congratulations. This is making it on the episode, right? I'm pretty sure it is.
That's up to you. You're the editor.
Well, it's streaming and it's all there, so it's fine. We can also take the time to welcome his name? Boba. Yes, Boba.
Yes.
Which is who is a dog.
Our friends were fostering a dog, actually, and then chose to adopt. So they got a new doggo in the family as well. Jason and Megan, not Tomo Kanara. Still, that would be crazy. A dog and a baby at the same time.
I know, right? So now there are 2 additions to this little circle here. So that's nice.
Yeah.
Hopefully we will meet them very soon. Actually,
yeah, we're gonna meet them both soon in a couple weeks.
Yep. Actually, I think I'm gonna visit them, Tomo, on this week. So
nice.
Yeah. But yeah,
with Maria, hopefully.
Yeah. I think that's part of the plan there. So we'll have a nice food adventure. Visit the baby.
Don't eat the baby.
Very tempting. So very cool. So just more news to share with the world. So enjoy that. Good job, everyone.
Making the worst sign off of
we already signed off earlier. Section. We don't really have to.
Exactly.
We have no obligation.
Sign off.
No.
But you need something better. Some sort of segue to saying goodbye.
Well, enjoy.
One of each.